Welcome guys in this new video. So today we are going to talk about all the things that make most of the trader unprofitable. We are going to talk about the behavior, the rules that they don't have, and we are also going to talk about what can make you profitable actually. I started trading like 5-6 years ago when I was like 16 years old because I always wanted to be a trader in a bank. But at the end I saw that it was possible to do this for yourself. It made me like 3-4 years to actually be able to make profit of my trading, and I was able to do that because I like worked in other jobs, like working as a sales. I went to the United States to Disney World and I worked there. I made money, I put it in crypto and I was trading with it. So yeah, all this stuff. And I did a lot of yo-yo, like for example, I started with 1k, I lost it all within a few months, then I started to make money, I made 10k, and then this 10k turned into 200k, I lost it all. I did it another time when I came back from Disney World, when I did an internship here for 3 months, so I saved like around 10k, I put it in crypto, I was trading with it, and I made like almost 300k with it, and lost it within a few months because I thought I was like a genius. I made like a 20x on my account. I was like, I'm going to be a millionaire. No, I was just lucky. I was like on a crazy run, but it was like most of the profits and the trades were like I had a very poor risk management. So I have this history, and now I have my system, I have my rules, I know my psychology, and I know what it is to be a profitable trader. I'm very thankful that I did all those mistakes in my past, because when you do a mistake, you have two options. Either you learn about it and you will become better, or you feel like it was not your fault and it's not like an error that you did by yourself, and it's the market, or it's whatever, it's your sister, like I don't know, and this you won't move on and you won't learn from that mistake. Okay, so that's very important. And so before going into more details into like all the steps, the psychology, the risk management, your system, how you trade, the trading journals, etc. So if you guys want to join our community, we talk about all those issues. We also give signals, analysis, daily analysis on crypto and Bitcoin. So there is a link in the description in order to join my Discord. So if you guys are interested, just click on the link and go for the free Discord. So now let's start with what's important for me in order to be a profitable trader. There is like 3 pillars. So there is the psychology, your risk management, and then your trading. For me, the trading part is the last part. There is like 1,000 strategies, like 1,000,000 strategies. There is no one strategy that works. Like everyone can have a different strategy. So that's not the point. It's more about your psychology and your risk management. So why? Because in the market you are trading against millions or billions of people, but like your worst enemy, the people you are trading against, most of the time is you, because you will have a system, but depending on your last trade, or depending on, for example, if you made a win or a loss, you will be greedy or you will be fearful. So this will impact your mental. So in trading, you have to get that mindset that is really something like a robot. You have to be a robot. There is a sentence, if you guys watch my other videos or follow me on X or on Discord, I already say this a lot of time, but I really love Roger Federer, you know, the tennis player, and he said in a speech when he had a diploma or something like that, that yeah, most of the people says that he is one of the greatest of all time in tennis, right? But like this guy won like 100 tournaments, he's like a billionaire, and he said that yeah, I won all those things, but at the end I won 51% of the points that I played. He just won 1 out of 2 points he played, and he's still one of the greatest. And the lesson here he said is that whatever you do, whatever like field you operate, whatever business you do, you have to keep going. You make a win, it's part of the game, okay? It's part of the process. You have to go on to the next point and win it or lose it, and then the other one, you win it or lose it. If you lose a point, you don't have to like feel bad, like be like, oh, I did something wrong, I need to make back my money, I need to win the next point. No, you just focus on the next point. Each point is a new point, and it's this mentality that you need to have, because most of the traders want to make either quick money and they go like crazy in a way. They make a nice trade, they will risk it all, and then they will end up losing their account. Or when they will make a loss, they will try to make it all back, and they don't have drawdown management. So that's the worst thing that you can have with your trading. So yeah, that's the first thing I wanted to say, because for me, what he said is really working with every field, like in every business, in every, whatever you do in life. this works, but in trading it works a lot. Then another thing that I love to say is that for me, a trader, his money, like the money you have on your account, is like your oxygen as a human. If you don't have it, you can't be a trader, because if you don't have capital to operate with, you can't be a trader, you can't trade. If you are a human, if you don't have oxygen, you can't live, you can't breathe, so like you're dead. So that's the same thing. If you lose your money, you're dead, you're out of the game. And if you don't have oxygen, you are dead, you are out of the game. So that's the same thing. So you really need to think about the most important thing. You know, there is like this pyramid. At the top is like buying shit, going to holidays and stuff, but the most important thing in the pyramid base is like eating, breathing, and all that stuff. And in trading, it's capital preservation. It's having simple rules that will allow you to avoid burning your capital and lose your account. Like, that's the number one thing, okay? And this is something that people don't get. People feel like, oh, I need to have the best strategy with the best win rate. I need to have the strategy that will make me make a lot of money in a very short term. No, that's not the case, because for me, in trading, like a trading account is like an investment account, okay? So on the long term, you want it to grow like that with little drawdowns, but on the long term, it's like an exponential curve. So the difference between a trading account and an investment account is not what you will make over the long run, etc. You can make 10% a year on your trading account, you can make 10% a year on your investment account, but the difference is the time frame of the transaction. In an investment account, you will make transaction every weeks, every months, every years, because that's long term, okay? But trading account is short term. Personally, I do day trading, so usually I open and close like 2 or 3 positions per day in average, okay? And on the long run, I want my equity curve on my trading account be the same as my investing account. I want the risk to be controlled, I want the drawdown to be controlled, and I want it to make profit over the long run. That's the same thing, okay? You don't want a trading curve that does this and goes back, because one little mistake and it goes to zero, okay? While if you control it, you know that you won't have that big drawdown, okay? You will control it, so that's the most important thing. Then once you get this like risk management plan, you will have your base. You will have like, okay, every day I risk 2% per trade. My max drawdown on a day is like 5%. My max drawdown on a month is 5%, 10%, whatever. My target of the month is 5% profit, 10% profit on a month. Then I stop trading, or for example, I have a rule. I try to make 10% monthly on my trading account, on one of my trading accounts with a big capital. So 10% a month with compounded interest is almost 3x a year. For example, you have 200K on your account in January, you make 10% a month. Next January, your account will be at 600K. That's 3x, that's massive. And you only made 10% per month. Because look, if you want to do 10% a month, you will take less risk than if you want to do 50% a month, or like 2x your account every month, okay? But if you zoom out, 10% a month is 3x a year, okay? That's massive, nobody does that. But at the end, it's only 10% a month. And honestly, in the crypto market, with the volatility that we have, and with the tools that you can get, that you can build, that we do on our Discord, for example, you can do it honestly. And maybe you will have bad months, you will have months that end up in red, but if your risk is controlled, this month will be 2% down, 5% down. It's not like a 25% down or 50% down like most of the people will have. So this is like the most important thing. So yeah, and then comes the strategy. So personally, I do trade with like order flow data. At the beginning, I was only trading with TradingView and the indicators on the website, but now I'm trading with data, so order flow. So you have the footprint, order book heat map, the liquidity. You also look at the order book, the depth, the open interest, the longs, the short. All this data will give you indications about the market and what are the market participants doing, okay? There's also something interesting on tracking market maker bids and asks. So basically, for those who don't know, bids are the limit orders, the buy limit orders under the price, and the asks are the sell limit orders above the price for the market makers or market participants. So you can track them and see what people are doing, okay? Because the market reacts to people. The market is basically the candles are humans' emotion and the behavior of the humans, okay? So tracking this is very nice, and honestly, since I started to trade like this, I became way better. At the beginning, I was taking much more trades because you are seeing things every minute. But at the end, when you know when to enter and you have your A plus setup and you know when you have to trade and when you don't have to trade, because again guys, not being in a trade sometimes is the best trade you can do, and that's something also very important. So there is like a lot of rules that you need to have, okay? This come with time, and it's been like I told you guys, it's been 5-6 years that I'm trading. It took me like maybe 3 years, 4 years to get all this information, make all the errors I had to do in order to actually learn. It can take you less time if someone gives you the information, but it can take you more time if you are not ready to accept those information and do it like you have to do, okay? Take it as a serious job and not try to gamble like most of the people do.